Hey, Social Cam, what's good? It's your girl, Evil Barbie. Good morning. Waking day. I want to talk to you guys about a serious topic this morning. And that serious topic is racism. Excuse me as I laugh, because to me, I find racism so funny. I find racist people so funny. I tend to think that they're very uneducated. Anyway, let me try to patch this together. So yesterday, I get this email from this crazy guy. He's crazy, right? I don't even know him. I've never met this guy personally. I just read something on his news feed the other day where he was talking about killing himself, slicing his wrist, and doing the world a favor. And then today, he unloads on me and says some stuff in my private message that he's going to come and live with me. This white boy's moving in, whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And then call me a nigger. Do I even say that right, nigger? Okay, listen. I was like, whatever, right? Like, sometimes, honestly, it does take you aback. You're not expecting to go out and work all day and then have some fucking loser. I called him a loser. I guess I did call him a name first. To call you a fucking nigger. So when I came and I told Connor, I was sweeping the floor and thinking about it. I told my son Connor, he like stood up. He's like, let's go. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, let's roll. Let's go find this motherfucker. Let's like roll out on his ass. And I'm like, son, you really don't have to do that. It's not necessary, right? People like that, it doesn't bother me. It really honestly doesn't bother me. But at the same time, where my son cannot abide any racism, right? My son's born in Canada, and when I got here as an ugly American, I still had a lot of racist, excuse me, ideologies myself, specifically about Asian people, right? Like, I grew up in Inkster, Michigan. There are no Asian people in Inkster, Michigan. So where would I get these racist concepts about Asians, other than what has been indoctrinated in me in school based on the Vietnam War, the Korean War, World War II, Pearl Harbor. And so I have the ability, thank God, to reason and to ration and to understand where my racist ideologies come from. But most people are not that well educated and not that well read. So even Connor, who is so completely anti-racist, will say things to me like, oh mom, you sound so white. Oh, you're so white. And he'll like imitate like a white girl's voice, and he's like, oh, you sound so white. And I get that from my girlfriends. Oh, Tracy, oh my God, what happened to you? You sound so white. No, just because I have a excellent command of the English language and I am able to speak the Queen's English does not mean that I'm speaking white. I know a whole bunch of fucking ignorant ass motherfucking white people who can't speak for shit. Listen. So even that is a racist comment, right? Like I said, my racism was predominantly aimed towards Asians for no apparent reason. Sorry, Tim Nam, I love you. No offense, I've gotten over that. But here, what you find in Canada is that these white men, they have no problems stepping to a sister in a fucking heartbeat, right? But they will say to me things like, oh, you're so gorgeous, you're so beautiful, I love black women, but those East Indians, those Pakis, you know, and then they're like, my husband was so racist against Pakis, to do this Paki joke. Why do Pakis put a dot right there? So that it's easier to say, we don't hire Pakis. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so racist, that's a religious, oh my God. So the point of it is, even Oprah has to deal with racism. If you're a black person living predominantly around white people, as I have done since 1986, I grew up in a predominantly small black community. And when I left that predominantly small black community in 1986, I have only and solely lived around white people. Now, that has nothing to do with the way that I talk or the way that I dress or the things that I do. I don't think so much, because I'm an individual. The thing about it is that it does exist. And before I end this video, I'm gonna come back into another video, because there's so much about this that I want to discuss, especially living here in Canada as a black woman, and just sort of the things that I encounter. And I'm sure some of the things that you guys encounter living in urban cities every day. I couldn't imagine. If I lived in Mississippi or Kentucky or fucking Chicago, I would have been locked up a long time ago, because I would have to slap the fucking dog snot out of somebody with the way they treat black people in those places. Woo, don't get me started on that. So I'm going to come back because this is a long video and this is a very important topic. And I've got some things I want to continue to say about it. So peace out. See you in a sec.